What's going on? I'm a little bit bummed out today because I was hoping to do the Eminence Carnivore. I did not hear back from them in time, so maybe we'll do it tomorrow. Maybe we'll do it Monday. There's no real rush. Excuse me. No real rush. I have all the time in the world as the missus has gone to another part of the country to visit her family. And therefore, I have even more time to myself, which is just terrific. Just kidding. What's going on, everybody? My name is Tyler, and today, and this is the AmSim Show, rather, episode 145. Today, we are we're gonna go over a bunch of Wavemind stuff and a bunch of other stuff too. This was sort of thrown together. I'm not gonna lie, this was thrown together very, very much last minute off the cuff, because I assumed I would have it inside, but I did not. That's okay. We're here now. We're hanging out. I'm excited. I'm very excited because normally when I put in a request with EMG, I'll hear back as in, yeah, we can send that, or we don't have that available in stock right now for creators, or whatever it is. Normally they tell us. And they didn't tell me anything this time, so I just had assumed it was probably a no-go and they didn't have the stock or whatever. You know, they're very busy people, and I'm an absolute fucking nobody. So, I got a package today. Lo and behold, and it was the EMG stuff. So I'm excited. I'm excited to be able to put some. I'm gonna throw some. The Gary Holt sleeper strat will live. Okay, the Gary Holt sleeper strat will live. There will be the Slayer strat is going to be built tomorrow. Even though I just finished putting I just finished putting the Invader in there and getting it really nicely dialed in. But then this stuff came in and I really want to do this, and I put in a request just for this, and I don't have another red guitar. So thanks so much, by the way, to EMG Pickups. Tommy is like the best there. One of the best human beings ever. The guy is just so approachable, so accessible, and is a tirelessly hardworking human being. And thank you so much for the support over the last decade to EMG. Thank you very much. Did I come to the right comments section? It just died when I got here. What's happening, guys? Kyle Hunter, Ton Guitarra, Pedro, nice to see everyone. But yet, it seems like, did I lose the comments? Did I lose them? All right, we're hanging out today. We're going to check out some Wavemind stuff. I want to check out the Shoeless, but to check out the Shoeless drive, I want to use it through the L12X. I know what you're thinking. The L12X is not Wavemind, but it's how I like to try all pedals for the first time. And this is the newly renovated, we'll call it, the updated version of this pedal. So I'm excited. So Slayer Strat will live on. And they also sent me a set of an 8160 set for my average ass Jackson in white. So thank you for that so much. That set will very, very, very surely, that guitar rather, will very, very certainly absolutely not fit 2 batteries. But the Slayer Strat, they sent me the booster, the Slayer booster, and everything. So it's gonna be tight, man. I'm excited. So how are you guys doing today? It is Friday. I'm excited. I'm excited because it's Friday. Not just because it's Friday, but Friday has very little meaning to me in the summertime. All right, now we're gonna go get myself my cabinet, and we're gonna try this here. Resington pedal. All right, so the Resington pedal. I don't know. It was something must have happened with the graphic, because the graphic actually looks a little bit on the blurry side when blown up, which is sort of odd because I don't think the other one looked like that. I'm not really sure what the deal is there, but I'm sure Chris will handle it either way. Wavemind, very, very good with support and stuff like that. So we'll see what this was based on the DoD 250 preamp, loosely or closely. I'm not sure. All right, let's see what we got here. Huh. Input's low. Hold on, guys. Sounds terrific. Will it sound good with the Rev? I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out. How the hell is everybody doing? We got 7 people in here. We got a very little chatter. Come on, guys. It's Friday. Let's get some words out into the open. I know, so if you're tuning in to see the Carnivore Pack, that is going to be either tomorrow or Monday, one of the two. I do not know. We're checking out the Shoeless drive. So this thing is based on this guy right here. And actually, Amp Hub is about to put this in DoD 250. It's based on this guy right here, as far as I understand, but with more controls, modified version, etc., etc., etc. As far as I know, it's based on the DoD OD Pre 250, and again with Resington making his modifications and stuff. If you don't know Resington, and if you haven't signed up, or sorry, haven't subscribed rather to his YouTube, you better be sure to do that because he's got some wicked fucking content, guys. I don't find shape. Shape is very subtle, but the mids switch up there is not. It's quite in your face, which is great. This is basically a free guitar tone. Let's make it all free. I mean, you know what? Fuck it. This pack is $10.99 for the EGA pack. If you don't have it, after all the times I've used the EGA 414 Hyperreal Mix, if you don't have the EGA pack yet, you should. You really should. And it's like $10 at Dr. Bonker's Sound Labs. Check it out. Please do. We're also going to be playing around with Distant and some other things today. I wanted to start out with the Shoeless drive, and I am using the Audio L12X only because this thing here is sort of my is-all, ends-all way of testing just about everything for the first time. And when it comes to pedals and IRs. Nice. It's very clear. That's chimey. It sounds nice. And if you didn't know, this thing is absolutely free. You can go get this for $0.00, the Audio L12X. So now that is out of the chain. Goodbye for now. We're going to go all Wavemind for a bit. Let's see what we got here. See what kind of tones we can make today. Generally, this is kind of a crusher type plugin, and I'm not in crush tuning right now. As you guys can see, I'm in D standard. So let's see what we can do with this. So as I understand it, the Flesh Weaver is the favorite amp of many users of this particular plugin. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It's not mine. Mine is definitely the Nail Wound. Nail Wound. Guys, I have to take a call from my mom. Hold up, guys. Mom's call, guys. Things stop when moms call. Especially because my mom doesn't call me that often, so when she calls me, actually phones me and doesn't like text or Facebook message me, there's something is necessary. So otherwise, she's just gonna keep calling. She's gonna keep calling back. I might as well get her. All right, Tyler, you remember the IR of line 6412? Resington made a video IR from the same guy yesterday. Sounds killer. Cool. Best gate also out there. Shoeless drive is good for note clarity. Nice. I agree. It's funny to me that this is the #1 favorite amp of so many users because it's so scooped. And in today's musical landscape, if you will, there are a lot of people who love mids a little too much. So and this thing does sound sick though. And I don't know exactly what was done in the update for this, guys, but I know that it sounds awesome so far. Let's just keep chugging on this for a little bit. No, man, just a single guitar track. A single dry DI with nothing on it. Just a bunch of riff salad even. You know what I mean? Even if you want to take a bunch of songs you've already recorded and splice it all into one. By the way, I'm talking to Xander Bananas. I've asked Xander Bananas and a couple of other death metal elite guitar players to come up, if they didn't mind, to come up with about 5 to 10 minutes of a DI of one solid long wave of dry DI death metal riffage. Why? Because there's a certain developer out there that's developing a plugin for a tech death band. Well, arguably they're not tech death. We'll just call them death metal. And he doesn't play that style, and nor does he have guitars in that tuning. So he has asked me if I could round up some death metal DIs. I made one myself. We have Manuel working on one. Xander Bananas is working on another. So this should give the developer about 30 minutes, anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes of solid riffage for testing and developing the plugin itself. I really have to dial them. I'm going to dial these back a little bit. And I don't even have the pedal on. What I didn't really know, and I kind of know now, is that Distant is actually using this plugin on the road, which is the craziest thing. And I've been seeing some videos of like the guy of like the live performances and stuff. And man, like I'm really impressed on how this thing has held up. What's going on, Bo? How are you? And so I'm just using my Mindsinger Tempest today, and I got a little talk about Mindsinger. We don't go off and on and on and on about sponsors. You guys see the Tempest often. You guys see the link. But right now, Mindsinger has a couple of absolute beauties in stock, stuff that he's been working on. And he's selling some beautiful, absolutely beautiful stock builds right now. They wouldn't be custom builds for you, but some of these are absolutely sick. Let's go and check them out real quick if you guys don't terribly mind. Whoa. All right. Let's see what we got here, guys. In stock models. Whoa. In stock. So here's the in stock model. Wow. So there's a 7-string Arcanist and a 7-string Dryad. And these are Canadian prices, by the way. And if you're looking American prices, these are it's going to be significantly less in American dollars. 4,000 is going to turn into about, let's see, 4,000 CAD to USD. It's going to be about $3,000, 2,900 plus shipping, which is a sick and savage deal for a builder of this quality. These guitars should be 10 grand, in all honesty, with the amount of work. In-stock details, all Gator ABS hard case included in all prices. Prices are Canadian dollars before tax and before shipping. If you're interested in a custom build, please check out the custom builds. But again, let's go and check out these beautiful guitars real quick, if you guys don't mind. Again, this is 7-string Arcanus, comes with armed with Fishman, and gives you all specs as well. So guys, please do check out Mindsinger guitars. These are going to go quick, as he's built a couple just because he has time in between his custom builds. And whenever he gets an idea, he just builds it. And here they are. Guys, check them out. That's how this came to be right here. This was not a build for me. This was a build that came from his brain. So he's a smart cookie. Sound good. And have a free version. You guys have to try, Sibcron Stage Reverb Lite. It's a plugin that emulates a reverb on an orchestra stage. Okay. Very intriguing. Very intriguing indeed. Yeah, he's doing a few different shapes. And man, like, I just gotta say, like, Daryl is probably one of the most talented human beings I've ever... Fuck. One of the most talented human beings I think I've ever met in my life. It's absolutely solid dude, and you will get treated with absolute respect. Trust that. Okay, guys, trust that. You will get treated with absolute respect when you're dealing with Mindsinger. All right, guys, keeping going on here. It's just so strange to me that this is the cabinet that people like beyond the other two. Or, sorry, that this is the amp. I kind of like the way that the Flesh Weaver sounds. Whoa! You hear that? It's such a scooped sound, which I love, and a lot of people I know really enjoy. But for people that are like of that modern way of thinking, it's not their sound. I get the feeling that this amp is going to sound really good with the set of EMGs. And I can't wait to bust those out. As soon as the stream ends today, going to get myself a pizza. And then we're going to go at some installations. You guys are also going to get a listen on the secret plugin that is not so secret at this point. But guys, like, I got to tell you that this plugin is making me happier and happier every day. Every time I try it. And a lot of people would have been like, man, they set the bar pretty high with Distant. And definitely, the company definitely did set the bar quite high with Distant. But in my personal opinion, this is an amazing plugin, but the next one is absolutely in all ways, shapes, and forms a better plugin. Just my opinion. It really depends on what you're interested in, what your focus of tone is. But I also think that there's very little, almost no overlap between the two. There is a lot of overlap in a lot of companies right now when it comes to certain things. You see a lot of signature stuff coming out that has a lot of the same amps in it. There's a lot of overlap. In between these two particular signature suites, there's not one single shred of overlap. So if you own Distant, this one's going to be a must buy. And if you are impressed by this new one and don't own Distant, you're going to want to grab Distant. It's just the way it's probably going to work for a lot of people. Yeah, Cody's Aurora. Daryl is Mindsinger. And Cody was going to work on a set for me, but Cody is just bombarded with orders right now. So I'm going to drop a set of EMGs into my average ass Jackson, and we're going to go from there. I mean, these ones don't even need to be drilled out. EMGs just need to be melted out. All you need to do is touch your soldering iron on the little brass thing, the little brass fitting, and it just falls out. And then voila, you're all done, wrapped up. Which is terrific. Be nice to find a way to glue those things back in if I needed to, though. But nonetheless, if those white EMGs ever move to a different guitar, it might actually even be this one. So we'll see. No, I said above, Xander, no quad track, just a single track. No need. Just like 5-10 minutes of a single guitar of riffage. That's it. This is literally just so the developer can hit play and tweak and tweak and tweak and tweak and tweak and tweak and take notes and more notes, and then hits play again and take more notes and tweak and tweak and tweak and hit more notes and more notes and more notes and more notes, make more notes. And then make revisions and revisions and revisions and revisions. And by the end of the development, this developer is probably going to be super sick of this 15 to 30 minutes of riffage that we give him. But if he wants more, I'm sure that we've got lots of people in the chat here and lots of people that are friendly to the page and friendly to Aurora DSP that wouldn't mind helping out with some riffage. It sounds really good. Like really crisp. Crisp. Kyle, what do you think about Seth Rollins getting hurt? What do you think they're going to do from here? I don't think it was a work. I think it's absolutely no chance. I don't think there's any chance it's a work. Unless something came up, something really serious came. There's just doesn't seem like a work at all. When you really take time to dial in the Flesh Weaver, it really does become one of the strongest amps in here. Now that I'm really like taking more time. Yeah, I mean, I've been playing with this plugin for some time now. Chimey. Sounds nice. It's nice. Still, even for like really being quite high gain and a lot of gain happening right now, I can still find that sheen to things. You get it, right? Man. It's nice to see everybody today. 9 people in the house. Be sure to chit-chat some more. And maybe you'll win something. You never know. You might win something. So what are we doing today? We're just going to hang out. It's Friday. We're all relaxing from our tough week at work. And I am, of course, on holidays, but I still have had a really tough week of, gosh, this disc golf course we are building is costing a lot of grief in a lot of angles. So, yeah, it's been a time, but at the same time, it's just definitely, it's super worth what we're doing, and we're having a good time for the most part. This is the first time I've ever had my summer holidays just so booked crazy. And I'm not a big fan of having my summer holidays booked crazy with shit to do, because it's just like, it's downtime that I really desperately need to do nothing some days, which is okay because I've managed to do nothing a few days this week. Yeah, Bo, going back to what Bo said about the necks on these guitars, check this fucking neck out. I have to show you guys the neck. Everybody needs to see the back of this neck, because good goddamn, and that's not artwork. These are individual pieces of wood that have been fit together and for strength purposes. And I think Daryl had said that there were some people online at one point on some forum that were talking about the stability and the strength qualities of his scarf joints. I don't know what a scarf joint is. Is that the neck joint? Saying that it's saying something about the eventual strength of them breaking down or something to that effect. So yeah, it doesn't surprise me at all that he did a video of him standing on one of his necks. Yeah, man, this guitar is insane. When did we get the fan ranking stuff? What do you mean? When did we, or when do we? The back of my neck looks ridiculous. I can't see the back of my neck. What does it look like? It's probably sunburn. I'm just kidding. But cool. All right, we're gonna jump to the next amp just for funskies, and I'm gonna use it with the intended cabinet. All right, let's give this a little bit of how are you doing? Yo, let's give it my 5150 settings. They're pretty easy going. That's starting to sound pretty darn tight. You know what? This used to be my favorite amp, but I think now I've eaten my own words. I think the Flesh Weaver might be it. Well, so rather, no, the Nail Wound was my favorite amp. But I'm thinking, like, man, like somehow I got a really crazy tone out of that, and I was really happy with. Gotcha. Gotcha. I like the third cabinet. The Flesh Weaver, no, sorry, the Nail Wound cabinet mixed with the Flesh Weaver is like the shit. That's the place I want to be right now. Yeah, man. What a thrash sound too, right? Like this thing is just impeccable for thrash, and definitely has to be in our next thrash stream. If I seem a little bit subdued today, guys, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna try that again. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. My missus, when she goes away every summer for like 10 to 14 days, I get a little choked up. We spend a lot of time together, myself and her. She and I, we're pretty much inseparable, and we're at home a lot together. So when I'm here, and she goes away for the 10 to 14 days. Today, this time it's 10. I get a little lonely. And so, yeah, I'm just a little gonna have to adjust to the new stat. Just me and the boys here. When I say me and the boys, it's me and the cats, cats and I, and you guys, of course. We're going to be jumping on. We're going to be jumping on quite a bit. Hey, goodbye, Spur. That's a great movie. I haven't seen it in a long time. It's a winter. I consider that a winter movie. Am I the only person? I've had people look at me like I'm fucking nuts when I say that certain movies can only be watched in certain seasons. Like a winter movie for me, I do not, and I fucking refuse to watch movies that have snow in them during the non-snow months where I live. Why? Because this place is covered in snow and ice a lot of the year. 6 months of the year, in fact, we are snow and ice around this bitch. And so I absolutely refuse to watch anything with, I mean, I'm not just talking Christmas movies. I'm sorry, but if you watch Christmas movies in the summertime, you are arguably, I would put that on a list of serial killer shit. I would absolutely put watching, that would be like a serial killer checklist. And in like subsection C, 48, paragraph, whatever, watches, was a quiet man, just like to watch Christmas movies by himself in the summertime. I think but no, I don't watch winter movies. I like watching, when it's hot out, I like watching summer movies. I don't know what that means. Like, you guys know what I mean by a summer movie. Like Speed. Speed is a summer movie. Everybody's sweaty. I like that. What is your favorite summer movie? Terminator 2, another summer movie. Classic summer movie. I could watch Terminator 2 3 times a year and not get sick of it. And I think I have watched it twice this year already. Just like when you watch Die Hard during Christmas and Thanksgiving because it's a Christmas movie. You're fucking right, it is. But the cool thing is, though, here's the thing. They're sneaky. They gave you 2. I would argue that Die Hard 2 is the Christmas movie because it's way more snow and it's way more Christmassy. And I like it better than the first one. I'm gonna be that guy that says I actually like Die Hard 2 considerably more than than the first Die Hard. That's me, though. And then, what do? They make the first summer movie I watch every summer. Apart from the last day of work for the year, I watch Dazed and Confused. And then one of the very first hot days of the year, I watch Die Hard 3. Because it's a summer movie. Everybody's hot and sweaty in that movie. Everybody's bleeding and sweaty all the way through that. And then they have another hot, sweaty summer Die Hard. The one that's got Justin Long in it. And the one in Washington where it's got Timothy Oliphant, and that one's not bad. That's not bad. I like that one too. And that one's a summer movie as well. Tyler, start playing There's No Sunshine. There's no sunshine. Imagine they hear Christmas is summer, all Christmas films. That's an interesting point. Yeah, man. Me too. That is, I work in the school system, so the last day of the year, I get myself a big fucking pizza. I sit with the missus and we watch Dazed and Confused, and I get beside myself elevated. Like, as in, like, I'm watching myself watch the movie, and I don't know where I am for at least 30 minutes of it. Yeah, I tend to watch that movie every year on the same day, last day of work. But you're right, it's because I work in the schools. Yeah, man, the Die Hard with Samuel L. Jackson in it. It just keeps calling him Jesus. My name is Zeus, motherfucker. I like it. Man, you got to feel bad for him, though. Of all the things in all the Die Hard movies, I feel genuinely like I have a hard time watching it. Is the part where they make him go to Harlem with the sign. That part might be one of the hardest Die Hard parts ever, because of all the things he does in all the Die Hard movies, even jumping off the sides of buildings and shit. I'm just like, yeah, John McClane, get him, And then, but that part comes and you're like, you know, everything else that John McClane goes through, you're like, John McClane can go through fucking anything. That dude will make it through anything. And then they gave him that sign and sent him to Harlem. And you're like, boy, he's dead in 12 seconds. Rest in peace. Roll out the fucking Amazing Grace. That was genuinely, I was scared for him. Like, I've never, like, you know, when you get nervous for a movie character, even though it's a movie and you're fucking watching it at home, I get genuinely nervous for him every time that part comes. Every time. Man, it's nice to be hanging out with you guys today. 9 people in the chat. Holler at me. Say hello. If there's something you'd like me to hang out with today and try out and whatever, let me know. Also, does anybody know how Gary Holt uses the core mid boost? Because I mean, I'd like to start getting interested. I don't know exactly how he uses this bad boy right here. Wait, do I have... Okay, so I've got the gate on. Let's turn the gate off. Do I have the pedal on? I do. Okay, let's turn it off. And let's just use the core mid boost. Let's try using it with this plugin right here. Let's see. Hold on. So this is without. And with. Oh, I clipped it. I done clipped her. Oh, wow. This thing is actually a lot more fun than I thought. When it came out, I didn't play with it nearly as much as the other toys in here. So we're going to be seeing a lot more of the core mid boost in here. We've got the monster fuzz, but we're not going to be using the monster fuzz at all today because we're not really after fuzzy tones. I just wanted to show you guys this. We used it yesterday for just a song and a dance. I think this is one of the nicest and the coolest looking UIs I've ever seen in a plugin. I just want to put that out there, that this is truthfully one of the coolest UIs I've ever seen. It really is. Like, it looks that sick. And the pedal looks just like this in real life too. Like, if you go look, it looks just like it, which is awesome. So check this out. If you're into fuzz, this thing can do a lot of different types of fuzz sounds. And it's very strong, very, very strong plugin. You guys are more than well aware that I love using the Dead Horse. We're going to use it with the Flesh Weaver for a minute. Oh, fuck, that sounds good already. Damn it. Wow. Ballsy. Yeah, the core mid boost is essentially the Gary Holt boost, but it's just renamed here. It's a very subtle pedal, though. It's not super, super like, oh, wait, there's a voice here. Hold on. I don't know. Nasal aggression, scooped amp. Does it mean that it wants me to use the amp scooped? I can do that. I can do that. Leg days for suffering. Nice. Watching a gym. Can't be much different than a shoeless drive. I actually don't know. Since it's Boston mids, right? What do you mean? I'm not 100% what you mean by it. Yeah, going back to summer movies and stuff. What's your favorite summer movie? Recommend me a good solid summer movie. I'm at the point now where I'm going to need to start downloading movies because the streaming services I have are just like, man, I've just like, there's starting to be a lot more crossover. Remember when the streaming services didn't have a lot of crossover and they just kind of fought over things and then everyone just said, fuck it, we're all just going to share. And now you can find like the same movie on like 4 services. You're like, what do I need that for? Tubi's pretty rad though. Tubi's been keeping me company. There's a lot of really good cheese on Tubi. Lots of tons and tons and tons of Jean-Claude Van Damme as well. Predator. Nice. That's a good choice. I could watch Predator. I like Predator 2 better than Predator, though. Have you guys ever heard the aborted cover? Have you guys ever heard the aborted cover of Arise? This is the version I like to play on the guitar. Wow. And when the blast beat comes in, it just feels so right. Oh! Oh, I was actually... No, they do the correct strumming as well. Never mind. I'm just lazy. What's considered a summer film? Like where it's like a hot, sweaty action movies, man. Hot, sweaty action movies. Speed. We were talking about this earlier, just right before you, I think maybe right before you came in. A Serbian film. The plot could happen during the summer. Yeah, that's generally what, I mean, a hot, sweaty movie where everybody is just hot, bleeding, and sweaty all the time. Gonna be here for about an hour today. We are gonna say goodbye to Distant. Thank you for filling the first hour with goodness. I appreciate that a lot. Second half-ski here. I'm not gonna take a break today. We're gonna do about 90 minutes today. Actually, about 90 minutes. So I'm gonna get out of here about 6 o'clock. A ballpark 6 o'clock. We're gonna get out of here. And then tomorrow, I'm gonna have more content than I had planned for Saturday anyways. We're going to have a little bit more going on tomorrow. I'm going to have maybe some EMG testing. We'll see what goes on tomorrow. It should be fun. I'm looking forward to it. 10 people in here today. What's going on, everybody? Today we are starting the stream with Wavemind. We'll see. Maybe we'll go 2 hours. Today. Maybe we'll see. All right. I'm going to go all-purpose metal red. Let's see what we got here. If you've got a better rectifier, I'd sure like to hear it. Yeah, this thing sounds delicious. They've got, okay, so they've got the Screameye in here, which means I'm going to turn this off. If you haven't tried that, okay, let's start this again. If you used this plugin in its infancy, in its first version, I'm begging you to give this another go, because this thing is awesome. It's way better now. It started out, this was actually the, man, this song comes up every single time we have a stream, and there's like 1,000 songs in here. I'm gonna take that one off the list. Anyways, this one only had one mic in the cabinet section. When I came across this for the first time, I remember thinking to myself, wow, this is really good work. But there was things that were necessary, there's a few upgrades that needed to get made. I started working along with Wavemind about a year ago now. And what a fun year it's been. 100%. Super fun year that it's been. And this was one of the reasons why I wanted to work along with them, is this was finding this plugin and the accuracy of it, even if it's in its infancy. But things have changed. The main changes in this plugin have been made in the cabinet section. He has added a full complement of microphones for starters, and a secondary cabinet, which is a 212, which is wonderful to have. Super wonderful. Wonder what they're going to do with Ecoside. I can't tell you exactly that's being used for just yet, but it is being put to use. It is a solid sounding plugin, like that. The bass and the guitar. I think originally maybe there is an easy line being discussed, whereas like a little bit less going on, just very, very simplistic, easy going, easy bass, easy guitar in one plugin. Could be a fun plugin for people to have. You just leave it as it is and just reskin it, rebrand it, and just leave it as is. Move along. Wonder what they're gonna do. Okay, sorry. Nothing better for a workout than chug, chug, chug on headphones. I would agree with you. And it depends on what sport I'm doing, though. For a workout, yes. Anyways, I'm hoping everybody's having a wonderful Friday. I know that everyone in here has very much earned their Friday. And I thank you for being here and giving a couple hours of your Friday evening or your Friday late night to me. I appreciate that. I really do. This is such a great rectifier. Holy smokes, this sounds good. Let's use our own pedals for a little bit. We got to drop the gate. Make sure you drop the gate if you're using your own pedals. Always remember that. Let's try the dead horse. That's the riff I'm looking for. I'm not playing that riff right, but does anybody know what riff I'm trying to play? Ways to die. I owe you an apology. The Plugin Alliance Angle Savage is actually fucking amazing. Made probably the best sounding demo using that. Nice. I have no doubt. No doubt. I wish I could apologize. Like, I really, really wish I could, like, 2Notes genome the internal amps. I really wish I could hear and feel what other people are hearing. But unfortunately, at this point, I just cannot. And then the reason I bring that up is because Xander Bananas and I had discussed that as well. Check. Are we back? Check. Are we back? Let me know if we're back, guys. I see the signals back on my end. It works? Okay. We are Yeah, we as a group, I should say me or you or everybody, we're getting better. We're getting better at recognizing and getting through troubleshooting together. So that's pretty awesome. Thanks, guys. Sorry about that. I have no idea what the fuck happened there. No idea. Not a clue. But fixing it seemed to just close Sonobus and open Sonobus again. Or disconnect and reconnect Sonobus. That's a smart little plugin. Smart little plugin, that thing that's Sonobus there. Thanks so much, guys. I'll be right back. Give me 2-3 minutes. I appreciate you. Back in attacking. We're back. We're back with the Terror 2000 on attack. You guys ever heard of that band? I know Xander Bananas has heard of Terror 2000. Members of Soilwork, Darkane. Man, back in the day, those guys, the Soilwork guys, man, those guys were busy back in the day. Holy cow. If you like thrash, like fast thrash, someone just showed you Jungle Rot. Nice. That's solid. My missus has a really sick Jungle Rot t-shirt. It's like an army helmet, and it's a super sick shirt, but she doesn't want to wear it ever because she doesn't really listen to the band, even though she does like the songs that she's heard. She won't wear the shirt, and I'm just like, just put the shirt on. Just put the shirt on. Fuck. Terror 2000, not Tone 3000. Hold on. Let's just put on some Terror 2000. Terror 2000. This is the members mostly, I think it's mostly Soilwork with members of Darkane. This album is so good. Is this the one, Terror 2000 Attack? Here it is. This song rips. Super fast thrash too. Where's the chorus? Give me the chorus. It's not. Ah, no, that's the wrong song. Back with Attack is the song I'm looking for. There we go. Oh, this is it for sure. Anyways, check out Terror 2000 when you guys get a chance. The chorus of this song rips. Yes, fellas. Mark Swarbrick in the house. There's a couple people in Tone 3000 that put every single commercial NAM vendor to shame. Yeah, absolutely there are. Slam and Mofos are very good. I haven't tried Two Doors yet. All the, like, Helga B, and you just look through it. Like, we literally went and found all the best shit we could find to put into that plugin, into NAM Universal. So all the creators you guys see in there are some of the best that exist. There's nothing weak in that pack. Not one weak file in all of those files that we put in that pack. Not one single weak file. Nice. So in the second half here today, we're going to go over the secret plugin. You guys get to choose when that is. Do you want the secret plugin to come right now, or do you want it to come at the very end? You guys can choose. Because which amp sim is the one I'm using right now? This is the Wavemind Rev F. And this thing is easily and by far the greatest rectifier plugin on the market right now. I will fight anybody that tells me otherwise. Not really. I mean, verbally. We don't actually have to fight. It's okay. This thing is just so good at being a rectifier. There's no other way I can explain it to you other than this thing is just so fucking good at what it does. And it's just, it's superb. Superb. Just like everything that Chris did with this plugin is awesome. A perfect selection of pedals. Both these pedals complement the rectifier perfectly. And there are even some effects in at the back end here that were put on a little bit later. And these sound terrific. And of course, way more mics, way better IRs. Way better. Clean whose ears? It doesn't sound like a Mesa. For realsies? I think this sounds a lot like a rectifier, man. And I did own the amp for a while. Not to mention I toured with a couple bands that had rectifiers. And this is, to me, it sounds real close. This is all tightened up due to the Tube Screamer, or due to the... Tasmanian Devil picture? What's that mean? The only step up are some... What do you mean? I've gotten things tightened up pretty good too with the tight knob. Like the low end is definitely held back a bit right now. Maybe that's what you're missing. No idea. But again, we don't all have to agree on everything. Me personally, I have not tried a better rectifier on the market today. The one in Josh Middleton's tonality is pretty awesome, but apart from these two kind of stand above the rest. There's not a lot of other ones that I would really go to bat for. Step up from this plugin for the recto sound. Really? The thing is about high quality NAM captures is they're fixed in place. There's not much you can do to change them. Whereas this gives you the full access to the actual full access to the majority of actual rectifier controls. You know what I mean? Like back here, you have the opportunity to change things around. Orange channel gain. You've got channel style select. You've got your tube selection. You've got your you've got your tubes to silicone, tubes to diodes rather, spongy, bold. So, in my opinion, it really depends on you. Also, the Bogren 1 knob, Rev C, I think it is. That one's really good too. Very, very simplistic straight away. Guys, it's been a good day today. It's been fun. Having a pretty good day. All things considered. Just reading through, guys. I do like rectifiers a lot, but not normally for metal. But this one sounds really good for metal as well. This one is just tighter. And also, but the thing is, if you want that big bloated rectifier sound, it's very much achievable with this. If you want to get more of the rectifier hard rock sound, where it's a little bit more raw, loose around the edges, this is very tightened up. And I've tightened it up with the pedals here, as well as I've tightened it up with the tight knob here in the UI. Mark Studios, you could not be more incorrect. Sorry. Nope. I know who makes them for Bogren Digital. In fact, all of us do. And if you're really paying attention to the original creators that were using the Bogren Digital stuff and the crossover between those creators and the main developer that they usually do content for, if you guys doing that, go and do that super sleuth work, you'll figure out for yourself. It was pretty open bookski in the original early days. But no, definitely not. The amp knob plugins made by Bogren are I know who does their coding and their programming, and it is certainly not that. That is it's a coded amp that just has all the controls lopped off. And it also predates the NAM capture stuff a little bit, the one knob stuff. Like NAM was out, but there wasn't a lot of, I don't know if at that time there was great captures or not. Just reading through. Sorry, guys. Well, Bogren hired, I don't know if this is like common, it's pretty common knowledge. I think to a lot of people know that some developers don't have their own in-house coders. Most of the time when a company has in-house coders, the coder programmer is the owner of the company. Most of the time. In this case, the company is owned by Jens Bogren. He's not a coder, obviously. He's a producer. And most of those companies hire out their coders. I know 4 or 5 companies in the industry right now that hire out their coding and their programming. So all the ideas the look, the sound, the everything comes from the developer, Bogren, but the coding and the programming is done by another company. And then this is also the same with which companies can I actually say that about? Well, it's simple. With Polychrome, they're very adamant about putting it right out there because Luca is part of Polychrome. He's not just a hired coder. So that is a situation like that as well. But sometimes there'll be situations where you'll see it's double branded. Sometimes it will not be. They'll just pay you to make it. So Mark Studios, reach out to my email account, emcmuniverse@gmail.com, and I'll spill the beans for you. I haven't tried the Trivium ones though. Are they any good? So yeah, this is way tighter than your average Mesa. But again, if I turn off the tight control and I turn off the boost, that's pretty big and ballsy right there, guys. What cabs? There's an oversize. Your standard Mesa cab, and then there's this guy right here, which is the 212. Sound more like a rectifier now, though, Rudy? Now that I've kind of chilled out on some of the things that were going on. Pardon me. Hopefully everybody's having a fucking wonderful day. I can feel this storm. I think there's a storm coming because I can feel the cold breeze. The cool breeze has started to roll in. It's very strange weather in my part of the world. Usually right now, usually in our part of the world, the months of July and August are stinking, filthy, disgusting hot through the entire month. We've had some hot days, but we've had a lot of days that are feeling kind of like almost early fall, late fall-ish, like 12 degrees. What the fuck do I have time? Celsius, folks, Celsius. 12 degrees Celsius. I don't have fucking time for that. Then again, when it gets hotter than like 25 degrees, I turn into a big whiny fucking loser. So there's that butter zone of having like 20 to 24 degrees. I'm just happy. I mean, I'm happy. I'm super happy about weather like that. There is no JVM. Wait. JVM's the Satriani amp, right? Yes? Then there is another one. Let's go. Pow. Give me a second to get this loaded up. What happened there? What the fuck just happened? I went to open a plugin and it just was like, nah. Ah, I see what's happening here. It's gonna, oh, no, it didn't crash. It was hung up. That was weird. This amplitude, bro, it's super easy. All right, dun, 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 dun. Satch VM, like this guy right here. The only other one I know of is this one right here. And if I was to just bypass that and use my own cabinet for a minute here, what would it sound like, I wonder? Huh. Not too bad. color me kind of impressed. Doesn't sound too bad. I feel like the OD1 should have a little bit more juice in it. Nope, there is not one in Amp Hub. That would stop the internet for at least a couple of hours. Guitarists everywhere would lose their fucking minds when that happens. Albeit, though, I'm kind of surprised right now with the tones we're getting out of this, though. Right now we're using a little bit of, wow, this is a Franken rig if I ever saw one. This is the BX yellow drive. The first thing I clicked, let's try the Dead Horse instead here for a sec. Wow. Okay, I wasn't expecting amplitude to come in quite that strong on this one, but so far this sounds pretty cool. A little on the dull side. I am using kind of a dark cabinet, but I'm getting to the point now where like we're kind of using a lot of there's kind of a lot of stuff going on here. So yeah, I'm kind of shocked as well, right? You think this is the best tone we had today? For realsies? For realsies? You sure about that? That's up to you, man. My mistake. Could have sworn Amp Hub had a JVM. I might be getting mixed up because it has a JSX. It sure does. A JVM is crazy clean, good heavy amp. I would fuck, man. Like as far as it's been explained to me. Somebody at, I don't want to say which company. There's a certain company that has certain licensing that would maybe make a certain product based on a certain amp. We're talking about currently, I was talking to said developer about this amp, and apparently under the hood, this thing is not exactly your average 800. An 800 is reportedly, as many of you might expect, a lot of developers have taken a stab at the 800 because it's, or, you know, like the Plexi and stuff, because apparently they're not all that hard to code or program effectively, even. Not when I say hard, I mean hard for them, okay? Hard for us, it's astronomically difficult for us, not difficult for them. The very talented people that do this sort of thing. And I was talking to said coder that has done a lot of Marshall stuff, and said coder told me that the amp is kind of a nightmare to put together. I don't know exactly if that's what the significance is there or not, but maybe Bo could, if Bo's around, Bo would be able to kind of attest to the fact that yes, it is a much more complex schematic, or no, it's not. So I was told that building that plugin is like building 4 different complete amps, but only being able to charge for the single. For fun. Ew, no IR. I was just checking it with the EGA. This actually sounds better with the ones, the impulse response that are built in here. Yeah, I did. I just used Nadir. I didn't use the onboard impulse responses in Amplitude because I just didn't want to fuck around. I just bypassed them, went straight to mine. They have improved the quality of their cabinets a lot over the years. I will say that, like I said, the current version of Amplitude, which one is it? 5. Okay, so it was late in 4. They really did a huge upkeep. Now in 5, I think 5 is definitely... I didn't even notice a lot of differences between 3 and 4. Like they both sounded like cardboardy goodness, cardboardy badness, we'll say. And then they did this update right near the end of the cycle for 4 that just fucking kicked shit. My buddy was just like, "Man, have you heard this? It sounds way better." And then 5, of course, was like just a different universe. I do believe they're done with 5, and now they're working on 6. I'm sure it's going to come out soon. If I had to guess, and I like to guess things, I would go ahead and guess and say that the new Amplitude is going to come out first quarter 2026. Maybe sooner, but that seems like Winter NAMM seems like an interesting timing for something like that to come out. It would probably get a lot of attention, although I've heard that plugin attention at NAMM has gone down considerably. They had, apparently there was pressure to just not let software companies into NAMM altogether. I don't know if there's any truth to that, but just that's what someone told me. Is 5 worth getting? Yes, absolutely. 5 is 100% worth buying. When you get the all pack though, what do they call it? The XL pack? What do they call it? The all access? What do they call it? They gifted it to me. I can't remember what they call it though. Whatever they call that all access pass, they give you access to the Brian May, the Joe Satriani, the Dime Bag, although that amp is drastically under distortioned. And they didn't do a very good job of the Dime, of the Randall. They did a good job of everything else they did for Dime, but the Randall is it's not that, it's under distortioned. Max Amplitude Max bundle, that's it. Get that Max bundle. I'm sure it's cheaper at this point. Wait for a sale and just get the Max bundle. Then when 6 comes out, you can guarantee and bet your life that owning 5, buying 5 this close to 6, there's going to be some sort of cross grade where all you're going to have to pay is like $50 for 6 or something like that. Don't quote me. I'm just saying that I believe that's what happened last time with 4 to 5. Everybody that owned 4 got 5 for a considerable discount. So check into that when things come about. The Warhead Mini from Strange Angles NAMM Capture. Yeah, Strange Angles is one of those companies. I think I'm going to reach out to Strange Angles to see if they maybe want to put a pack into the new NAMM V2. Just like a sampler pack that maybe gives people a look and listen at like a bunch of their strong files from a bunch of their different amps that they've done. We were thinking about asking them if they wanted to do that. So that could be fun. Yeah, the Slash stuff in there is cool too, by the way. So yeah, there's a lot of goodness. How much is Amplitude Max right now? Is it on sale? Let's go find out. Amplitude max. What we got? Special offers. 8 this month. The Chinese section of website? The fuck are you talking about? What? ToneX brown sound? Oh, fuck off. They're putting captures into a little shitty box now. Oh, that pisses me off. Oh, that pisses me off so much. I don't like ToneX, admittedly, but nonetheless. Where is this fucking... Where is it? Where's Amplitude? Guitar. Oh, it's all about ToneX now. Fuck Amplitude. Throw it away. We're all about ToneX now. Guys, I'm not a big fan of ToneX. $99 for a ToneX pack? Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh, no. $99 US for a ToneX pack. Good God. I can't even. Okay, so $99 for Amplitude Max V2. That's great. That's a good deal. $100 for all that, even not on sale. Wait for it to go on sale. It'll be like for $50 or something. Those mini ToneX pedals, I hadn't seen them. They say that brown sound is... Yeah, a lot of people tell me ToneX is awesome. And yet, then I go try it, and I try all the things people tell me to do, and I am now at about 1,000 fucking captures and profiles through ToneX, and I've yet to find something that made me go, wow. But still, man, that just means they put captures inside a little box. Okay. $250. Oh, fuck. Okay. Oh. I'm visibly stressed out about this. $600 for 3 pedals loaded with nothing but captures. Fuck. All right. Never mind. Jeez Louise. Papa cheese. Oh, okay. Wow, I just need like a second here. Anyways. When I compare NAM to ToneX, it took me, the second time I went through NAM, the first time I went through NAM, there wasn't enough to go on. There wasn't enough great captures out there. So I hung back for a year. This is how it went. Oh, there's this, I'm going to try NAM again. Clickety clack, install. I'm going to go to this place called Tone Hunt. Somebody told me to go and try this particular capture. Capture, insert, play guitar, smile ensues. This sounds great. This is free. Wow. That was me. I was very impressed. With ToneX, it doesn't matter. 50 different people have told me exactly what I need to do. I've purchased packs that people told me to purchase. I've been gifted packs that people told me to go after. And I don't get it. I cannot get it sounding good. For the life of me, it always just drags along this uniform. There's something that comes along with every profile. It's baked in because it's baked right into the unit itself. Something that just sounds off. And I don't know what it is. Holy smokes, though. I don't know why anybody would buy that one ToneX pedal based on that one pack. They're putting every pack they put out now is going to go into a little pedal. instead of going and buying the big ToneX unit, which is however many dollars. Wow. If that isn't the easiest decision ever, if you, please don't buy those pedals. Please don't buy those pedals. Buy the larger ToneX unit. How much is that thing? Like $1,000 though? I don't even want to look. I don't even want to look. Anyways, I've heard good things. There's one final stab at ToneX that I'm gonna take, and that is going to be to connect with Gus G and get the Gus G packs, and hope that the Gus G packs can just change my mind. Otherwise, I'm just never gonna use it or speak of it again. It'll become like Voldemort. All I do is shit on it, and I hate shitting on stuff, but I just don't get it. It's one of those things where, like, people I know that I trust are like, it sounds good, dude. I'm like, I don't hear what you hear. I just want to hear it too. Anyways, guys, it's been a slice today. We've been here a little over an hour and a half. Okay, 300 then. Oh my God, $300 is all that unit is? Then holy shit, please never buy one of those stupid little pedals. Oh my good God. Because you can load the ToneX box with whatever you want. Am I right? You can use anything in that. The free profiles, paid, doesn't matter. You can use anything you like in that. Whereas these ones come preloaded with a capture pack that probably got shot over a weekend. There's no more than maybe 24 hours work that went into shooting that pack. And you think of the average amount of work that goes into a plugin that people are charging $100 for. And I can promise you that is not 24 hours, by the way. That's hundreds and hundreds of hours, maybe 1,000 hours into a plugin. Who knows? And those get sold for $129. So for someone to sell a ToneX pack for $100, wow! I can't even do it right now. I just can't. I'm having such a hard time with this. Jesus Christ. Anyways, old man yells at cloud, I guess. This is the world we live in now. Man, brother Tyler, tell the companies you work with to please make a GVM. This has been discussed. I have discussed it was not just the ones I work with, but the ones that all the companies I deal with as well. That's been an amp that I've been talking with companies about for a while. There's like a select 5 amps that I am always constantly, bugging the developers I know to jump into, but nobody ever does. Rivera Knucklehead, come on, give us a Rivera Knucklehead. Any of you tried the Vailton GP5? I know a few people here. I honestly think the hype behind ToneX was basically because of the fact that they could essentially get a shrunk down Kemper for a bargain basement price. Oh, you mean like NAM? NAM is free. It's too bad. Like, I mean, the NAM loaders need to be so MacGyvered out. It seems like there's just like one dude building them in like his garage or something. If NAM loaders if NAM somehow had the distribute, like we've been looking for here, the manufacturing, all made in China though, man. Like, but the thing is, like, IK Multimedia has been working with hardware for well over a decade, right? Like 20 years they've been working with hardware, so they've got their contracts and stuff in China and wherever else they get their stuff made, like, firmly intact. They have been dealing with these companies for years, so it's super affordable for them to do shit like that. I don't get it, but you know what, guys? I'm one of those people. I'm not going to write off ToneX. I'm just refusing to write it off. If this many people are consistently telling me that they like it, there's something that I'm missing. I'm going to continue to keep trying to figure out what the fuck it is that I'm missing. But I mean, I just don't, with NAM Universal and Tone 3000 in my life, I just don't see the reason why I would ever need ToneX. Why anybody needs ToneX for their computer. I totally see the hardware. Like, if ToneX sounded as good as NAM, I would totally be able to see the need for a ToneX box. Like, that would be super awesome to have. great, actually. I would love to have a Tone X box if Tone X sounded as good as NAMM, but it doesn't. There's just something like Positive Grid, where no matter which component you're using, which amp, which cabinet, there's this fizz that follows you everywhere. It's in the plugin itself. So it's not the captures and the profiles. It's in the Tone X software itself is where the problem lies, I think. Because it's just this constant feeling of like cardboardy goodness. I don't get and there's nothing warm to it. So I'm just going to keep trying. If NAMM would streamline the offline capture process, that would be the end of the discussion. That's fair. I'm not sold on it either, but I'm not gigging, so I have little need for the pedals, especially the mid. I'm not gigging either. In fact, I'll never gig again. And if I ever do, it won't be in a metal band. It'll be a punk rock I've already know which amp I'm going to go buy. Like, I already know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to go buy an Orange Crush. My buddy's got a cabinet I can use. I would show up with an Orange Crush and armed with that and a Tube Screamer or a fuzz pedal, depending if I was playing punk rock or doom. Those the only two genres I would end up jamming with anybody at this point in my life. I have a friend that we've been in many metal bands together over the years, but I just don't have to be in a metal band and a good metal band. You need to rehearse at least minimum 2 nights a week. If you're not rehearsing 2 nights a week and you're trying to be in a very like a good metal band, you're losing the battle. And at this point in my life, I would be able to jam maybe like twice a month. And so I need something that's easy enough where I could sit at home, practice the songs, and then get together with the boys twice a month or 3 times a month to play along. I've really contemplated that several times, and I may do it again someday, just to feel air moving behind me and just to be with the guys and do something fun. But otherwise, I just don't have any, as mentioned to you guys in the past, I have a lot of troubles at this point since I was about 20, since I was about 20, late 20s. Since I was in my late 20s, I've had a hard time playing shows. So anyways, guys, I'm going to get out of here. We're going to order some food, and tomorrow I'm hopefully going to be back with the carnivore pack. But if I'm not, I'm definitely 100% going to be back with a couple of new sets, a couple of new EMGs. Gonna stop in to test out the EMG 8160 set in my average ass Jackson. Then I'm gonna stop in again, likely in this, maybe even the same stream. We'll just bust that in this, and we're gonna try the Slayer Gary Holt guitar out as well. That's gonna be fun, isn't it? I'm super excited. The second I'm done this stream, I'm ordering food, and then I'm turning this table into my workbench, and we're gonna go to town. I can't wait. I wish those had come like a few days earlier, because if they had, then I wouldn't have had the guitar apart with the Invader. And finally we get used to the Invader, and I finally got a tone I sort of liked with it. And then now I know how. Now if we go back to it, at least I know that I need to drop it below, almost below the deck to get a sound I like. Nice, dude. I was gonna say you could probably just send it. No. Rudy, do you remember that red Strat from the other day? Or were you in the stream with the red Strat with the Invader from the other day? Well, my plan, and I reached out to my good friends at EMG and asked if I could steal a Gary Holt 81 and a Slayer boost. Like I can't remember what the specific component is called. As well as a white set for my average ass Jackson. And normally I get an absolutely or something, but they just sent it and they didn't tell me. So here I am, like I would have just waited. Instead, I did like a whole day's work on my Strat. But that Strat is now going to be known as the Sleeper Slayer Strat, the Triple S. It's going to be wired up for Slayer. 18 volt mod, Slayer boost, single bridge pickup, going to be wired just for Slayer, and it's going to be the Sleeper. It looks like you're at your average dad guitar. Pow! Right in the kisser. Yeah, the PA boost, sorry. You're going to order sushi? Yeah, so I'm going to go do all that, and I'm going to watch some fucking Raw in a little bit. Maybe watch I'm just going to have a bachelor evening because the missus is now out of town for 10 days. Guys, I'm going to be coming at you hot and heavy for Streamness because I'm going to be lonely. It's going to be great over the next while, though, guys. I'm going to be giving away some stuff. Don't have anything to give away today, but we're going to be giving away some cool shit. And Fishbulb never did get back to me. Never did rewatch the rest of that stream or anything, and I can't get a hold of Fishbulb. I have sent a message the best way I could. Cannot get a hold of. So the Aussie bundle is now going to change to some other bundle because I talked to Igor about it, and he's like, yeah, we'll just change it to something else. Hell, we'll even let them make their own bundle. So maybe you'll get to make your own 5 plugin bundle, folks. How about that for a prize? Yes, a married man away from his wife for 10 days, meaning junky food and heartburn. No. She's pretty cool like that. She lets me kind of eat whatever I want. And if I'm doing something questionable, like eating a third Danish in the same fucking day or something stupid, she'll just look at me and be like, third Danish? And I'll be like, yeah, never mind. If I'm about to make like a really bad food decision, like, really? You're going to drink a Coke at 11 o'clock? No, I'm not. No. Stuff like that. Absolutely. But anyways, thanks for being here, guys. You know I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Your wife is going to be gone for 3 months? Good Lord, man. Why? How will you cope? I know a lot of people like to get away from their wives for like a little while and everything. I'm one of those rare men that I love when my wife's around. I guess I'm one of those rare dudes that just like absolutely adores all the time I can spend with my wife. And you might be thinking, well, it's the honeymoon phase. We've been together for 13 years, man. And I've loved every single day with that woman. She is getting her armed license for armored cars and stuff for banks. Nice. That's pretty fucking sick. What do you do for a living, Rudy, if you don't mind me asking? Are you a police officer? I know we have a couple of those in the streams. Nah, Bo, I should be okay. I should be okay. Actually, you know what though, Bo? If you could do me a favor, do you remember that last time that you sent me that wiring diagram that you made? Remember the one that you made? I could use that, but I could use one. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I will get on you about something. Just because I think I'm gonna try to use. Yeah. Anyways, I'm not gonna bore everybody with our conversation. I'll reach out after the stream about what I may or may not need. I also have to break out the rotary tool for this one, which is I'm gonna square it off for the MG, so that's gonna be another headache. Hopefully not. What are we listening to here, guys? Did I just hear a chicken sound? Flash Fever Fiesta. All right, well, we've been listening to Terror 2000 today. Thanks for Terror 2000. They're likely to see some, if this was ever monetized, they'll see the profits for the stream probably, which it won't. You're a lawyer, dude? Holy smokes. Wow. Saving down these stems, brother. Thanks, man. I appreciate you. My missus is my best mate, but Christ, she's a pain in the arse. Don't get me wrong, though. Like, my missus and I, we can be a pain in the ass for each other, too. But that's part of why we care about each other so much, right? Like, but yeah, no, I mean, my longest relationship prior to this was like 4 years, and then this is going on 13. Well, now, just as of our anniversary was July 1st. So it's been a good time. Guys, I'm out of here. Thank you again and again and again. Like and subscribe if you don't mind. And as usual, if you know someone that you think might like what we do here, tell them to stop by and listen to us and and join in the chat. And we tend to do some fun things. Guys, I will be here tomorrow I will be here tomorrow with, hopefully with the carnivore set, but if it's not, then we'll find something fun to do as well. Sunday, I will very likely not be here. I'm going to be pretty much bagged on Sunday. It will be a tough day on site at the new disc golf course. So it's likely I will not be here. However, if I don't get the new carnivore pack tomorrow, you guys will definitely see me Monday or two, whenever it comes in, Monday, Tuesday. We're gonna throw down with it for sure. We're gonna find out what this pack can really do, because so far the reviews are in and everybody loves it. Everybody loves the speaker itself, and everybody loves the IR pack as well. So congratulations to Christian. Also, I will note that Christian has said he does want to be here with us to have this conversation. So he's going to take the time to drop in for even an hour. Yeah, that's going to be sick. So if you have any questions for Christian Coleman Slainer from Cole Keller Audio or the Cole Keller Cult, please do drop in when you see the stream pop up. Thank you again. Thank you 3 times. Thank you 100 times. I will see you guys next time. Cheers.